You can bring the best of you out in that role.
I
Very
think, and
much.
I have to be something else. I have like 2 or 3 gigs. Everyone's trying to like. I have to hurry because I'm leaving tomorrow for North Dakota.
Right on. Right on. Right on.
I'm okay with this. I'm gonna drink this.
So, question: what does acting provide for you?
Acting.
Mhm.
That's like my love. That's like my number one love. So I get to step out of myself,
Got you.
and I love that being somebody else. So I get to be a doctor. I get to be
Hmm.
an intern. I get
Right.
to be a lesbian. Like I get to be so many things,
Right.
and it's all right there. And I'm really good at it. That's like I have a lot of talent, and I will say that confidently.
Really.
But writing and acting is like what I'm best at. So
When
There you go.
when did you realize that it was for you? That was your
when I
thing?
was 3,
Early, early, early.
when I was 3, I was in church, and I would have really bad allergies and sinuses.
Mhm.
So they had gave me Benadryl as a 3-year-old, and I was like, I was very tall and didn't weigh shit, right? So I knocked my ass out. But it was Easter, and I had to perform on the show. On the show, on the stage, some Easter thing. So they woke me up, and I walked to the stage, did my little shit, and I felt like shit. I
Mhm.
remember this. I felt like shit, and I was so drowsy. I did my role. Everyone applauded. I went back to my seat and fell asleep, and I was like, it was that important to me at that young age because I loved it so much. And I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to move to Hollywood. I want to be a star.
Okay.
So all the way to like 20, I did stage acting.
Okay.
So I was a thespian. And
There you go.
then because in Florida, like during those days, like they didn't really have a big like film, you know,
Screen.
yeah. So
Right.
then I came out here, and I was a broadcast journalist too
No
on
doubt.
PBS. Yeah.
So, is there anything that you took away from broadcast journaling that you were able to transfer to acting?
Right now, like even this, because I know how to like do inflections. I know how to be whatever. If I feel like something's too monotone, I know when to like bring it up. So yeah,
Ooh,
Feel
dope,
you.
dope, dope.
yeah.
Already. That's what's up.
And
That's
also
definitely
being
what's
able to
up.
like multitask because like when you're broadcasting, you have to read. I was an anchor.
Okay.
As an anchor. I wasn't on the field like
I
the
can't.
peasants.
I can't. I can't.
So you have to read the teleprompter,
Mhm.
and then you also have to talk to your co-host, your other co-host, because there was 3 of us, and then you have to, and you hear shit in your ears.
Right.
You have to be very self-aware of
Mhm.
what's going on. So a lot of times, like if you like, somebody was asking like me, I think a couple days ago, like how do you like keep on rolling? It's because when I'm talking about something, but you have to be careful because you need to listen too. As an interviewer, you have to listen. And
Right.
sometimes I'll watch myself on the show and I'll be like, damn, you gotta do better. But when I'm talking about a topic, I'm already thinking about the next one,
Hmm.
and I'm thinking about how to integrate it so there's no like dead space. So, and then when I'm interviewing people, depending on who I'm interviewing, it's always a goal of mine to get some kind of information out of them that nobody's ever heard.
Makes sense. Which
So,
make
I
that
feel you.
show that
and then
interview.
I'll use things like if you have like a, a guest on your show and they're kind of like not really giving it to you, if you use words like, "Oh, I'm curious to know your point of view," things
Mhm.
like that kind of change everything and it makes them more comfortable because now you're the expert in that field. So it's fun because there's a lot of things going on in here when I'm talking. So
I feel you.
That's dope.
That's what's up.
Definitely dope.
That's definitely
yep.
what's up. But yeah. We've had the our little banter. we've been going for a little bit here, but we're back again, episode 61 of the
Heck,
Walking Lefebvre
Hey,
podcast. As always, it is your boy Bad Guy P Mac.
it's your boy, the Walking Holiday He-Man.
and it's Anna Lefebvre from Love and Lust. You can find me on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and probably some other platforms like iHeartRadio.
Talk about it. And this is essentially my birthday episode. It'll be
Ooh.
2 days past my birthday when y'all actually hear this, but I'm still saying happy birthday to me. 31, big
Happy
31
birthday.
to me.
Welcome.
Happy
Welcome
cake
to
day, bro.
31.
Yes sir, yes
Yeah.
sir.
If it wasn't COVID, I would send you a couple strippers.
I would, yeah. It's
Purple.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy right now. And their strip club's still open too. One of my homegirls works at one in Dallas, and it's still open.
Well, I mean, people still need to, make money.
Clearly,
Some
and she
people need
was
to
she
see,
was on the stage with a face mask on,
Bruh,
but
stripping.
hey,
ain't nobody looking at her face anyhow, so ain't no.
True, but I'm like, shit. That's just like that fucking doctor that said people need to be fucking with masks on.
yes, it is true. They're
I
getting to the
read an
point.
article. There was a doctor, I think from like Johns Hopkins or something, that said people should be fucking with masks on.
So, have you fucked with the mask on during
No,
COVID?
no.
He's like, no.
I mean, of course, I'm not just slinging dick like that, but I mean, no, I'm not fucking with no mask on. Shit.
I'll be back. I'm gonna change drinks.
There you go.
I need ice.
Cold as ice. That's
But
funny though.
so my
You know
song of the
somebody
week,
has.
my song of the week for this episode was actually Lil Wayne and Babyface, "Comfortable," and it was inspired by, I think you posted something on Snapchat actually. I think it was a TikTok video of a girl saying something about guys, need to understand that they could be replaced at any minute, and that's why this was my song of the week. Lil Wayne and Babyface, "Comfortable," because I do think that, and I'm not gonna just single out men. I'm gonna, it's pretty much for anybody. People do get a little too comfortable in relationships, and they think they can just do whatever the hell they want to, and take everything that you're giving for granted. And with me, that's the quickest way to get a foot in your ass right out the door. For me,
No, seriously. Yeah, seriously. People get really too comfortable. And what I appreciated about that was that it was a younger female stating this. And I wish my younger self, when I was 22, when I was 21, because I actually settled. I really did settle. And I wish I knew that. I wish I knew that. I wish I would stop. When I was younger, I would search for love. I would search for it. And I still haven't found it. I found self-love. but
Actual love.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because that's very important to have, especially when you get older, is self-love.
Yeah.
Because that having self-love, that's what makes you learn that lesson of, okay, well, I'm not gonna settle for this because I know what I'm worth now.
Yeah.
So like you said, it is very impressive with her being younger, because I know when I was 21, 22, I settled for a lot of shit. I mean, I wasn't just in relationships like that, but I was settling for just being treated any kind of way, and wasn't thinking twice about it. Was just trying to get my meat wet and shit. And
Well, because I think when you're that age, one of the biggest fears that you have is being alone. You found something, you do not want to lose it, and you're afraid that you'll never find it again. So you're willing to compromise on a lot of things that are important to you because you feel like this person gets me, I'm invested this time. I'm not able to find anyone similar to this person. So you lower your standards, you lower yourself out of the fear of being alone. So with that being said, what is a key component for y'all when it comes down to love? What now at the age that you are now, what do you feel like is the important things that you look for when it comes down to love?
Chemistry. And I'm not talking about just sexual. I'm talking about that intellectual chemistry, respect, and communication.
Right on.
Respect my schedule. I respect your schedule. Respect my family and what my place in their lives, and I respect yours. Respect the way I work, because I'm a workaholic. So just respect and then communicate, because you're going to communicate with somebody if you love them, because this is what you're going to do. You're going to put your ego aside, and you're going to be like, I might possibly get hurt saying this, but that's okay, because you're that important to me, for me just to take everything away.
Gotta check your pride at the door, especially if it's somebody you care about. Otherwise, you might end up fucking up a good thing all over your ego. Gotta check that at the door. I echo pretty much all of that. And then also, I know a big thing with me is I do value my alone time. So I need to. You know how I am. Both of y'all fucking know how I am.
Sagittarius.
But I do value my alone time. Like, I don't want to be up under you 24/7. That will annoy the shit out of me. So I need my alone time to just be able to relax, not think about things, and just process, everything I have going on. And it's going to make me a better person. It's going to make me a better partner in the long run. But if you're trying to be up under me 24/7, I'm just going to push away. And then it's not going to end well at all. So I do value my alone time. That's a huge thing for me.
I think that's where Geminis and Sagittarius are a little bit similar, because I have to be alone. I have to recharge my energy. I have to give my space. I be doing shit that I don't want people to know about. It be basic things like going to play tennis. I don't want you to know I'm playing tennis because I'm just gonna come out. I'm just gonna come out and be amazing at it, and then like damn, like I play the electric guitar. People don't know this. You don't ever see me post shit about this or whatever. No, because I'm gonna come out and be fucking fabulous about it. So I have secrets. My secrets are like that. Like, ain't no shady shit.
But I mean,
if we're in a relationship.
But I mean, just imagine if you're rocking with a dude and you tell him you're going to go play tennis, and then his ass show up by 30 minutes later. He got his little nut hugger shorts on. He's like, I'm ready to play tennis with you.
No. I don't like to be shitty at anything. So when I start to learn something, it's always a secret.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And that's why everyone's like, oh, you're so great at everything. No, bitch, I've been practicing. But you ain't going to know about it. And I play tennis by myself. Like, I have an instructor, but he's gone for the holidays. And I'll go for an hour early in the morning, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, and practice serving by myself.
Right.
It's weird. I know it's weird because nobody else does it on the course. They always have a partner. But I like to do weird shit when I'm alone.
So what it makes sense, because individualism is very important to keep in a relationship. It's cool to share certain things with people, but being able to have that time away to where you can do you and be you, as opposed to conforming to everything that a person does or they want you to do. No, that makes a whole lot of sense. And like you say, communication, I co-sign basically what you guys have said. Communication is very key. That, and be very intellectual. That's where I looked at that with communication and being intellectual and being eclectic. Because I found that with Angel Face, because I could talk about literally music, anime, horror movies, foreign horror movies, and she's able to keep up. I don't feel like I have to dub myself down in order to be like, all right, well, shit, I can't talk about this because she won't get it or she's gonna get upset about it. Yeah. So that goes a long way, but also specifically when you're with somebody, tolerance. Because eventually what comes after love is tolerance. How long can I deal with and put up with the shit that this person, I'm gonna say pussy. This person
How long can I deal with this stank ass pussy?
Bruh,
this fucking wolf pussy she got. She got a fro down there. How long can I tolerate this shit?
Bro, my brother told me a story a while back about a girl with some stank mushu. It ruined my whole.
She had that putukutaya.
What? And he told me, he was like, this ain't right. He was like, here, you need to smell this, because you need to smell what I'm going. Here, smell this. Is this right? Is this okay?
I'm so glad you say this. I'm so glad you say this, because this is the perfect segue into the topic the specific topic I had.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Our last episode talking
I
about
don't understand.
The face wash and shit. This is the perfect segue into this shit I had. So I want to read this to y'all real quick, and we can really do a deep dive into this shit, because it goes right with what we was talking about. I actually saw this on Twitter probably like 20 minutes before we got on this shit. A young lady posted this on Twitter. It said, do y'all think it's mandatory to shower before sex? I say yes.
Yes.
There are so many people in this thread that I'm just like, my mind is blown. And according to what I see, it's a lot of people that are in relationships that are saying dumb shit like, well, I don't give a fuck if she don't shower or not. Shit. Like,
it goes back to complacency. Like you say, comfort. I know this person. I'm comfortable with this person. They get what I smell like. They understand. And no, I feel like you should. Or Keith, look, shower, baby wipes, something. Because when you're going through the day, your shit get to stinking, and you need to be able to provide some type of relief. And the crazy thing about it is, we're both, me and her, are spontaneous, but we get that. So I get being able to, you don't want to do it right then and there, but it got to be some type of cleanliness to it.
Yo, my ex would used to come home from the long day of work, gym, all that shit, and go
Don't
to
tell me
sleep,
that.
and then be wondering why I don't want to wanted to fuck him. And I literally had to tell him, I was like, you take a shower in the morning, so you go and see your coworkers all nice and fresh, and then you fucking sit in your fucking car in
Mhm.
traffic, in LA traffic, and you got fucking car balls, and then you're gonna go to the gym with your car balls. Then you gonna get your raggedy ass out of your fucking car, spray some fucking Axe on your ass. You know, I used to like fucking alcohol. It don't even smell like no damn fragrance. So you go and do all that. You go to the gym. You come back and you take your raggedy ass to bed. And now you want me to suck your dick? Huh?
Well, he was like it was marinating. It was
Yeah.
just
And you wonder why? And you wonder why? You wonder. You
that
stank
Caribbean
ass.
jerk, marinade.
Yeah. It was just
So he was just running around being a
comfortable.
huge nasty bastard, basically.
Yeah.
Sheets just stinking.
Yeah. And I said something too. And it didn't change. I was like, okay.
But as a man, as a person, you shouldn't feel comfortable. You shouldn't feel. You shouldn't feel right about it.
I would never feel comfortable putting dick on a chick, and I have not washed my meat all day. I would not feel comfortable with that at all.
Besides the funny aspect, you can give me bacteria. Like you can actually make me really fucking sick.
Right.
And you're comfortable with that.
No.
And you're not circumcised.
No. This is not of God. That is not what he intended. What God intended. No. I'm so sorry.
Reading
No.
through some of the responses on this one, I'm only going to read this one response because this is the one that really stood out to me.
Okay. What you got?
This dude had the nerve to write on here, when there's no twang on her coochie because she showered, I don't fuck with it.
No.
I was like,
no.
What? I will cancel. I will cancel dick appointments if I don't take a shower before. I will not go from like for instance, if I'm acting all day, you're not gonna see me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna come and swing by your house because I'm right, in Hollywood or wherever I am. No, it's disgusting. It takes one bad time with somebody and it's over with because I know how I get turned off. So.
Because that reminds me of something that somebody told me, one of my homeboys. He was like, yo, we getting it in. My baby mama, da 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 da. And then I go to hit it from behind.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
There's toilet paper crumbs.
And the thing is, when you have a bigger ass, it happens. It does happen. It's a natural thing that happens, but you got it jacked. That's where the wipes come in. The fuck?
He was like, bruh, it's one. I was just done. He was like, I tried to power through it. He was like, I faked it. He was like, I was done.
He faked it. Ooh.
He was like, I faked it.
Lord have mercy.
He was like, I was done. I just couldn't. He was like, okay, I'm good. I'm straight.
Okay, so I have tips for ladies because this seems to be a fucking problem. You have to wipe every single time you go down there. Every time. Every fucking time. They make wipes for your purse. They make wipes for your bathroom. There is no excuse. Before you have coitus, you need a shower. You need to get that summer's eve or whatever. Because I take like 3 different showers in one shower. I do the basic one with soap. I do another one with the summer eves to get my pH levels correct. And then I have a body scrub. So it's like 3. This is why it takes me so long. And then I might hit it with alcohol, like my back, my shoulders if I work out, because if you work out, sometimes you might get acne, whatever. So I do that. And then here's something that people are going to probably freak out about. You gotta wash your ass. People don't know how to wash your ass. Ladies, you gotta put your finger in your butthole and wash your fucking ass. Okay? It's disgusting. Shit literally comes out of there. So you need to wash that little rim. I put probably like this much of my finger in it and wash it. That's how you wash your ass. And then also, you have hair back there. So if you want to shave, you need to put some Nair or get a razor, do some waxing, because actually waxing your asshole does not hurt at all. I'm gonna put that out there. I know, because I've done it a lot of times. It doesn't hurt. But you gotta like take care of your like.
And speaking of grooming, fellas, do not ask a girl to suck on your balls if you got like a chinchilla mink fur coat down there on your nutsack. Shave your fucking nuts. Like,
yeah, I don't like that.
They got raised. I mean, they got trimmers and everything specifically for that.
Yeah.
So it's no excuse. I mean,
I'm trying to tell you, probably at least I'd say maybe 2, maybe 3 times a week. My shower process takes a little bit longer because I'm getting my nuts, getting all of that to where I don't have like nothing down there because shit grow back in a couple days to a week. So I just eliminate all that. So like 2-3 times a week, my shower process is taking probably 45 minutes because I'm getting all that shit. Like, cause I don't get that.
I shave every day. I shave every day. And I'm a hairy person, so not everyone has to do that. But I always like to stay ready for myself. And this is one of the things I did fail in. I'm talking about last year. I was in something. And I will always be like super hectic to get ready for situations, get ready for dates, because I never did all this stuff naturally. I never did my nails. I didn't do my hair, So I've learned to stay ready for myself, and that would give me more confidence.
Stay ready. You don't have to get ready.
Yeah.
Because I know one thing I do want to do that I don't do enough of is take care of my nails. Mm-hmm. And I know that you got these fucking Tinder dicks out there. Oh, I'm too manly. I'm not going to go. Fuck that. Go play in traffic. But I do want to go do that more. I'll admit I don't do that enough. Take care of my hands. But I do want to do that more. But you got them dudes that apparently they're too macho to go get a fucking manicure.
That's the stupidest shit, because I was with like a man, like one of my favorite exes. And this dude's a man.
Oh, you
and he took
flashbacks.
Care of...
It's written all on your face.
My face.
It is written all on your face.
See, I've known him like all my life, so I will always have love for him. So going back and saying, if would you be friends with? I would probably be friends with him, because no, I don't know. When that time comes,
She said, I ain't saying yeah, but I ain't saying no just yet either. Shit. It is written all on your face. Oh my God, you a cheesing. You look like a little kid on Christmas. You just opened up that favorite Transformer toy you've been wanting. It is written all on your face right now. I dig it. I love it.
But the thing is, it's like, I feel like a lot of relationships should end off on a good note. Like, why do you have to make it so nasty? Most relationships have an ending point because you're not supposed to be together. Or I call it a relationship if you're seeing somebody, because I feel like it's a big cop-out to not say you're in a relationship. You want to use all these words like situation, entanglement. So now you're able to treat this person shitty because of that. But this person is the one that you're actually talking to all the time and you're fucking. But just because you don't want to use a title because you want to say shit like, oh, I don't want anything. Nah, bitch, it's a fucking relationship. Treat that person appropriately. Okay. Now, so going back to him, like, he was very like super groomed. Like, everything was perfect all the time. And so I got spoiled by that, and that's now my kind of like standard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. His house was always clean. His car was always immaculate. He was always immaculate. And he wouldn't even see me sometimes. He'd be like, no, I got to get my nails done. He didn't say nails done, but yeah, like, I need to get a pedicure. So I'll see you after. I'm like, okay, daddy. I'll wait.
You feel all kinds of way, some type of way behind it.
Yeah.
I feel you,
I was very spoiled.
The whole grooming and hygiene, that's a part. I look at that in the same breath as I look at like when I go shopping. You know, it's like you look good, you feel good. I put those in the same aspect of I don't want to just be out somewhere with some fucking raggedy ass pants on, holes all in them, beat up ass shoes. You know, whether they're $20 shoes or $200 shoes, doesn't matter. I just want to be presentable and feel good for me. It's not, I don't fucking care to, you know, ain't no telling if I'm gonna run into somebody or not, but it's one of those that you look good, you feel good, you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. That's how I look at it. So I put all those kind of in combination with one another.
Be your authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
Be your authentic self.
Because, like you say, you feel it for yourself, you know, and especially when you're with somebody. Because, like my old lady say, I'm a reflection of you, and you're a reflection of me. So if you out and about looking like Homie the Clown or Bozo the Clown, I'm like, that is. Of course,
this the dude you've been talking about all this time. And he like you gonna get that shit like.
And guess what? That could be their homegirl or homeboy, and what they'll do is they'll take a low-key picture and be like, walk up to them face to face, hey, what's going on, fam? Da, 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 da. Yeah, we good. Then send them that picture. What is wrong with your man? Why he out here looking like this? Da, 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 da. Always got to be on your P's and Q's.
And then on top of that, like you go out and another nigga see her with you looking like that. What? Oh, fuck that nigga. She with him and he looking like that. Oh man, I'm going up in there. Shit.
He feel like he got a chance. Mm-hmm. He feel like him got a chance. He could find a way. What that nigga got on this? He look like skillet scrapers, and he wearing that too. Oh no, I'm gonna go ahead and make a move.
Mm-hmm. So people, take care. We haven't done advice hour in a long time.
Please.
Well, specifically, we give advice all the time, but we haven't actually done advice hour. But damn it, people, take care of your hygiene.
You have
your hygiene, your grooming, look presentable.
Your
again, teeth, another big one. Another big one.
Whiten those bitches.
Yeah, look, they got
clean them.
Charcoal toothpaste. They got look, they got all of that can help you fix all of this in a short amount of time.
And wash behind your fucking ears. I know a lot of motherfuckers just do not bother washing right back there. And I know it's all kind of gristle and neck bones and chicken bones, all kinds of shit.
Listen,
I know it.
I used to not wash behind my ears. I'm not going to lie, okay? And then my favorite ex I was talking about, he used to always like be back there, and I'm like, ah! So now I always wash behind my ears. I get the fucking alcohol, and I wash.
It's like, do you know why that sticks out with me? Is when I was a kid, I never did. I would always forget to. And my mom would always be like, did you wash behind your ears? And I'd be like, no. Or she would like look back there and be like, boy, get back in there and go wash. Like, so that always stuck with me. Wash behind your ears. You got all kind of mildew and shit back there.
Yeah, and your belly button.
Yes.
The belly button's disgusting.
Have to.
No, but what's in here today? No, just kidding.
Belly button. I found something else on my list of shit that's kind of like a chick with ugly hands or an ugly laugh or something. Chicks that got an Audi. It looks a little. I don't know. It looks a little weird to me. That
God
Audi
bless
belly
them.
button.
They were born with it. God bless them. But I know what you're saying because
it's just a little. I revert back to what Eminem said. Ladies, if your belly button's not in any, then I'm outie. So.
That's you. Everybody's like, I can't do it.
I can't. And then I thought of another one too because this chick added me on Snapchat, and it made me think about how you are with an ugly laugh. But so this chick added me on Snapchat, and I didn't know who the fuck she was, so I added her back, and I looked at one of her shit. She has the ugliest voice I have ever heard in my life. Dude, her voice was deeper than mine, and she's tiny as fuck. Like, she looked like she's no more than probably like 5'3", 5'4", and her voice was deeper than mine.
What happened if you hit that and she go, yeah. No, bro, no. I'm thinking a possession is going on. I'm thinking there is something that needs to be rectified. No.
That's it.
No, not doing that.
I'm gonna be haunted by this for the rest of the day.
Look, okay, it's fair enough because women have certain things. They have like the height issue and certain things. us as being our quirks or something.
Look, there she goes. You done woke up. You done woke up now.
I have a height, but I'm a big girl. I'm a big girl. So,
and see, there's actually guys that have that too. Like my brother, he does not like tall chicks at all. He does not like girls that are over like 5'3", 5'4". They could be fine as shit, but he don't like. He's same height as me. He's 6'3".
Yeah.
Me, I don't give a shit. You know, I like them fun sized or I like them tall. I don't give a fuck. If I see a fine chick that's 6'8", I bet I bust that big ass down one time. Shit, I don't give a damn.
For me, it's a mental thing. Just to explain, because I was with somebody that just was so soft. That my next
around in the bedroom, wasn't
you? It was just. It was a mistake. It was a mistake.
I'm curious.
Take it back.
She was in there giving that motherfucker F5 and shit in the bedroom.
It was a mistake. I was young and dumb.
You tried to give him a chance. I mean, you tried.
Oh, we're talking about that one. Okay, yeah. I did try to give him a chance.
What the fuck did I miss? Hold on.
It was definitely a mistake.
I thought you were talking about that one. I didn't know there was.
I was talking about something else. He definitely tried to hit me up, and I was like, "Nah, beat it. This ain't it. Nah, B." See, I text him back because that's what I was saying. Like every time I try to ghost somebody because they text me, it doesn't work. So I'm like clear about it. Nope. And I have not moved on. I am not with somebody. It's you. I don't want to be with you because everyone's always trying to make an excuse like, "Oh, did you move on? Did you see somebody else?" No, I did. I mean, I did see somebody else, but you know, I just don't want to be with your ass, your little short ass. I'm so evil. The thing is about me is like, I'm only evil when you did something to disrespect me, and he did something to disrespect me. So now it's like game on. But he don't know that. So I have no respect for you when you disrespect me on that kind of accord. And he doesn't even know what he said and what he did, but what he said and did triggered something. But the thing is, like, if I was that important to you, you would have realized. So anyhow, my family were very tall people. So if you can't be my dad's height, and everyone's like, "What's your dad's height?" You can't be my dad's height, then I really don't want to be with you because I kind of consider that to be like, in my mind, I know it's not accurate. But visually, it's just like, oh, you're not man enough to be with my dad. So my dad's going to freaking like really come at me and be like, "What are you doing again?" And that's really what it is.
Okay. So...
And so you know, just a quick side note, my Darth Vader, not Darth Vader reference, but my Allstate Man reference, it was inspired by her dad. Her dad voice deep as shit, dude. I thought she was talking to God. Like his voice so motherfucking deep. Dude. I was like, God damn, you talking to God?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that's why my voice is a little bit like on the deeper side. I feel like. So, yeah, his voice is. He's scary. He's a scary looking dude. He looks like a freaking. To me, he looks like a Russian mob member.
Dude, why is she related to Ahmed Johnson?
No, not the Mississippi Plunge. No, let me find out.
Dude, she told me that shit. I was like, what the fuck?
No.
Yeah.
That is dope.
Yeah.
That was my dude growing up.
I used to go to the WWF stuff when they had it in Orlando. Mm-hmm. I've met Goldust. I met a lot of them. I met everybody basically except The Rock, and The Rock was like coming up at that time. And I forget why he wasn't in that Orlando show, but he wasn't there, I think. But I met the other, like, I forget his name. I met, like, pretty much everybody. I used to go, like, walk backstage, you know, like the cool kids.
The work.
You know, yeah, you know how, like, so, you know how everyone goes, like, into the games and everything. I forget what you call, like, the tunnels or whatever. I used to go in that and stuff, yeah. Right. He used to call me Brainiac. I remember when I was, like, 6. I mean, I used to be very smart. I don't know what happened. Probably the alcohol. Being with idiots. Yeah. He gave me like $100 when I was like when I was 6 because I had like straight A's and I was like the top student in the school and the county and all this shit. And call me, yeah. I always stuck out with me because $100 at 6 back in 1995. That was a lot of fucking money. That was like $5,000. That shit took you far.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Then you bought me Game Boys and yeah.
So a few times you mentioned soft. I've heard you related it. What is your definition of soft when it comes to men? What?
Someone that overcompensates. First off, okay, so I'm an alpha female. I have to be an alpha female. I'm not going to apologize because I've done that in the past. I own businesses, and that requires me to take charge. So I'm an alpha, but I can always, and I like a traditional relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I like the man to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be an alpha man, because I'm not competing with you to out alpha you, because that's not my role in my relationships. That doesn't turn me on. So when guys try to overcompensate for it, that right there is like, so you're not man, you're not really like, you're not a real alpha, huh? And then sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be sensitive with me. I'm gonna say a blunt point to the bank. Point to the bank. To the bank. Oh shit. Point and blank. Oh, okay. So if you get like butt hurt by what I'm saying, then I'm just like, no, I like being sensitive and being emotional are two different things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So emotional is fine. I want you to come to me with your emotions. I want you to tell me how you're feeling. But sensitive is just, I can't do that.
And then, like what, not to cut you off, but that's just what we were talking about on that last episode with that girl that wrote on, or not on Twitter, but that podcast clip that I saw of the chick that was saying if a dude bring his homie some soup because he's sick, then he's soft and this and that.
Gotcha.
She should go play in traffic for that.
Yeah.
Like, that was the stupidest shit I've heard in my life.
But I love a guy that like thinks and is considerate and kind. Excuse me. Ooh. That was that was not a good decision. That was not the carbonation. I like somebody that's thoughtful and kind. I love that. That's amazing. But also, what was my third point? I can't remember now. There was something else that guys do that really irritate me when they try. It's basically overcompensating and not being, because I'm not for everybody. You're not. Some people are not going to be able to hold their own, and you're going to get. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'm going to try you. I'm going to push your buttons. And I'm going to see what your mental resilience is.
I love poking the bear. We talked about that. I love poking the bear to see what you can handle.
And you better put me in my place. I like to be put in my place. It turns me on. So if you don't do that, and if you're all caught up in the glamour and the glitz and everything, then I can figure it out. And I don't really mean, like, I don't think it's like game playing. It's just because I've been through so much in my life and so much with men. And I wasted, it was a waste of 11 years with somebody that I'm just like really trying to filter people out. And that's how I am operating right now. Because I'm not looking for a relationship. I don't have time for a relationship because I was already in an 11-year relationship. And I was telling somebody I can't create excuses to why I'm not getting the things that I want done. Because being in a relationship, you can create excuses. I'm like, okay, well, I can't because this person doesn't like it. And no, it's on me now. So whatever I don't accomplish, that's 100% on me. Mm-hmm. And so I have, internal goals that I have to accomplish before I even be in a committed relationship.
And see, that's been one of our biggest things since episode 1 that we have talked about is accountability. A lot of people do not know how to hold themselves accountable in whatever, whether it be relationships, whether it be whatever they're pursuing, work, whatever. A lot of people do not know how to hold themselves accountable. And we have been preaching that since literally for over 2 years, since episode 1. Mm-hmm. And it bugs the fuck out of me because if you can't hold yourself accountable, then your relationship is going to be doomed because it's always that person's fault. And I hate that. I hate it.
And that's the thing. A lot of times with accountability, people hate looking at within themselves. Because when somebody cares enough about you and love you enough, they're going to call you out on your bullshit. And then that forces you, of course, anybody to a certain degree are going to have a position of defensiveness. What? Hold on. No, wait. What are you talking about? Da, da, da. But when you have those quiet moments and you care and you love this person enough to the point where, hold on, let me think about this. They said this because of this. But people don't want to have that point of self-reflection. They always constantly feel like, no. They get very, very defensive about it. Because me, I'm a very open person. Why? Because I cause too much shit. I get on Angel Face nerve all the time. She'll tell you quick, you irk me. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. But when she tell me, she's like, this is what you're doing. This is why you're doing it, and it's starting to irritate me. And I'll be like, but wait, hold on. And I'm like, hold on, shit. Who is the person? Who am I getting this information from? What is causing them to tell me this? And are they right? And for the most part, I'm like, damn, okay, she make a good point. Now, initially, I might not come out and be like, shit, you're right. I may be like, hey, you hungry? Or is everything cool?
Telling
How you doing?
For
You
real.
know, I'm not just gonna come out immediately and be like, you know,
I tell you, because
you know,
you know my apology, and this is only my apology because I know women love it. I grab them by the waist and be like, man, come here, man. That's my apology.
yeah,
I'll come out and say it at some point, but initially I'm just be like, man, come here, and I'll grab them by the waist, pull them in, because I know women love that shit.
they do. So
It's manipulative, but it works.
I'm gonna say it, just not
Yeah.
right there.
And it's fine. But here's the thing: it's fine. It's fine.
Mhm.
We're human. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to let your ego go in front of you. That's all okay. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to say I'm sorry. It's okay to say I misunderstood. In some instances, it's okay to not verbally apologize. You let that person be exactly who they are and don't try to change them, but realize that you're a human being. You're not going to be 100% right. And that's okay. It's okay.
and that's the reason why I don't mind talking shit and causing trouble. Because at the end of the day,
Mhm.
I humble myself enough to eventually I will get to the point to be like, you know what, I fucked up. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. My pride, am I stubborn and very prideful? You betcha. But once I know that I'm to that point, I don't have a problem saying, you know what, I fucked up, which means that gives me enough leeway, bond money to where we can have an argument in the future and express ourselves, and I can come back around and be like, my bad, I fucked up.
Yeah.
So
I love apologizing. I fucking love it.
Especially when it lead to sex.
Yeah.
facts.
And then my longest relationship, the person was a narcissist, and I couldn't be incorrect. I had to be this perfect, picture perfect person. So I'm going to tell you right now, being perfect, not being wrong, not arguing, it don't get you anywhere. It doesn't.
Specifically with a narcissist, because it's never their fault.
Yeah.
It
I
is
was the whole entire relationship. I was never able to be have an argument where he was actually wrong. Every time it would turn around, and all of a sudden I was wrong.
mm-hmm. Which leads to questioning. Wait, hold on. Are they right? Hold on. Wait, no. You are constantly second guessing yourself. You're constantly wondering what. Okay, if I do this, then what? It is a repetitive cycle. So no, I totally feel you on that.
Yeah, it was horrible. And
But
then your self esteem goes down, and you like I was walking around with my head, low
so
all the time.
my question for you is, what was your breaking point? What was to the point where you just didn't give a shit?
He would play mental games with me. Okay, so I started getting older,
Mhm.
and I started realizing, and these mental games he would play with me. He would, if I just like brings a little, thing up, because it wasn't really anything that could be too big because I wasn't cheating, things like that, like whatever. So if I did something he didn't like, he would stop talking to me, and it wasn't like one day, it wasn't 2 days, it was 3 days. It would be for like 5 weeks.
Oh
Walk
shit!
right by me,
Damn.
not look at me, nothing. And I put up with this abuse for years. And I finally got older and I was like, you're never doing that to me again. The next time you do that, I'm done. And he did it again because he couldn't help himself. So I remember like just feeling very suicidal. And the next day I knew I had to create a change. Like I can't do this. So I packed my shit up in my car because I was afraid of what he would do to me if he found out I was leaving. And I drove to my grandparents, which was like 2 hours away, in rain. Like, and when it rains in California, you should not be driving because it's really, really bad. The mountains, what happens is that the mountains start sliding, like the dirt and everything starts sliding down to the road. And I took that chance because I knew if I stayed there, I probably, to be honest with you, something was going to happen to where I was not going to be alive anymore. And it was going to either be a suicide attempt or him, because he was getting very violent. So That's my escape story.
And that's what happens when you reach a point where essentially it's either you or me.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna give me the same reciprocation that I'm giving you, then there's just nowhere to go at this point. So I mean, you did right. You did what you had to do.
I saw him for the first time 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, because we had to finish signing papers, and I finally all ended.
Oh,
I felt good because I was his little bitch ass. I finally he showed up in my old car.
You told me about that shit. I was dying.
He pulled up in my old car. I was like, so it felt good because I knew how much stronger I was. And I wasn't that weak little bitch that I was. And I'm saying that to myself because I have to put it in my head, you know, don't ever let somebody else change you because of the love that you're searching for. I have it on my wall. You deserve the love you keep trying to give everyone else, because I'm never going back to that place. Yep. I'd rather be by myself for the rest of my fucking life, to be honest with you. So
yeah, it's just like a scar. You see that scar, and it's just a constant reminder of, you know, where you were at that time. Like, fuck, I learned not to fucking, you know, keep banging my fucking head into the door because look what the fuck happened. Yeah. So
yeah. Now I'm stupid. Like I'll be really stupid about things, and I have to remind myself, no, you don't need to do that. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Like, no, you don't need that. So it was a struggle to learn how to be by myself. It really was. And little simple things was like going to the grocery store. For 2 or 3 months, I couldn't go to the grocery store. I would have to have somebody buy my groceries because it was like I'm buying for one person now instead of two. And then cooking was like such a big thing that I always did. Like on Saturdays, I would like, you know, make bread or cook a huge giant breakfast and things like that. So learning to be by yourself is empowering. And not letting your pussy or your dick control you is empowering.
Talk about it. Because if you can't stomach being by yourself, what the fuck are you gonna do with somebody else? Because all that person has to do is threaten to leave you, and then you're not yourself anymore. You're like, oh, please don't leave, and then you've lost yourself at that point. Learn to be by yourself.
No doubt.
Now I was in a relationship since I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
No, I've been in a relationship my whole entire life, like ever since I was like 16. This is the first time that I really haven't been in anything. And as soon as I finished that, I jumped into another relationship. So learning to be by myself was like at 31, not 30, 31 was like, wow, I can do this all by myself. I mean, I'm doing it all by myself anyhow. Financially, I've always have. I was the breadwinner. So it's that confidence. Also loving yourself. How can you expect somebody else to love you when you don't even love you?
Exactly. They are able to control and dictate what ingredients make you you.
Yeah.
And you find yourself trying to figure out, okay, how can I please this person, as opposed to what can I do to make me happy? And in the course, if it vibes well, if it goes well, we could be happy together. But a lot of times, who was that? Eartha Kitt. Like when I meet with a lot of clients or students, I always ask them, I say, what is your favorite drink? Oh, well, my favorite drink is sweet tea. Cool. Awesome. Nice. So if somebody comes up and is like, hey, can I have a drink of your sweet tea? You're like, cool. Now you're still sweet tea. They are enjoying you with you. No problem. But you're still you. But if you have a person that comes up and is like, you know what? What are you drinking? I'm drinking sweet tea. Oh, okay, let's empty half of you out and let me put this Dr. Pepper in you. Now, you may like both, but you have sacrificed everything or half of everything that makes you you, because you want to find a place to make this person fit into who you are and what you provide. So when you pour it and you both drink it, now this person may love iced tea with Dr. Pepper, but you're like, okay, it's okay. It's wet. It's okay, but you don't feel satisfied. You feel like you've sacrificed more than what this person has provided, which causes resentment. You feel like, I've done this for you. I created a place in you for my life. I sacrificed so much for you. And at the end times, you're like, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So no, I totally get that. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
One of the
Right
funniest
there with you on
things that
that
I
shit.
find funny though is that we look at things that the other person has no control over. And what I mean by that is that we're not willing to compromise on. Honor is height. For me, it's a laugh. For PMAC, it's a voice. So are we willing to work around those things or work around other things besides those, besides a laugh, a deep voice, and height?
Yeah. I can work around it. You
Mhm.
can sit on, if your confidence is so great, that makes you taller. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's not a what do you call it? Deal breaker, deal
No,
killer.
no, 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 no. Hold on now. Hold on. You mentioned Pops. You was like, if Pops, if he's not as tall as Pops.
But your
No.
confidence can make you tall.
Okay. Bet.
So, and it's things that, in your life that can make you confident, that you stand on. So I'm talking about figuratively.
Yeah.
So no, I don't. It just makes me. You just have to catch my attention a little bit more. And why I say you have to catch my attention is I'm not looking for shit right now. I'm
Mhm.
focused on something. So if I'm talking to you, it's because you came towards me,
Mhm.
right? So you have to catch my attention.
Right.
That's basically what it is. I am not like, it's like, I'm not an easy person to get a hold of. I'm not an easy person to date. I'm not an easy person to spend time with because I don't have the time, and I don't like to see people. The quickest someone to see me is probably like 3 weeks after talking.
Got you.
So, I mean, it takes a lot, but you can do it. I believe in
Hey,
you.
believe me.
Go for it. Go for
Oh
it.
man. Well, this
I
is
can't
this
do it.
is this has definitely been an enlightening 2 hours.
There you go. Didn't feel
Very
like it.
enlightening. I hope everybody is picking up all the gems we just dropped on these last
There
two
you go.
episodes too, because we put some shit down.
Yeah, yeah.
Before we get out of here, y'all think Nate Robinson woke up yet?
Nope. Him still asleep. Him still hibernating.
You know what? I'm going to be an advocate for him since everybody on the internet's killing him. It's funny, gotta laugh.
Yeah.
But they were saying that he went directly back into the group chat that night, and I have respect for somebody like that. That's going to And here's the thing: you got to respect what other people are doing. You think you can get in a boxing ring? You think you can be a teacher? You think no, you can't. Have respect for what that person is doing because you can't do everything that everybody else is doing. Boxing is fucking hard, by the way. Boxing is hard. You got to control your breathing. You got to know where that other person's body is. You got to be self-aware. It's one of the hardest. I don't want to say it's one of the hardest sports, but it's a hard sport. So
That's fair enough because especially transitioning because with basketball or any sport that you've been doing for the rest of your life is muscle memory. You've been so you have to re-educate your body from doing one thing to
mm-hmm.
transition to doing a totally different thing. And that is very, very, very difficult. And to do that on a stage to where you've only had a limited amount of time to practice it, to get to know it, and subjugate yourself to a fan base to be ridiculed, to be scrutinized. So
Yeah,
I talked about it, but I give him mad props on that.
yeah, and he made money. He made over $500,000.
No,
He's
no, I thought they said that Tyson and Roy Jones made that money, but they only made $600 a piece.
woo.
Him and Jake Paul.
Oh,
I have to
oh,
find
I'm sorry. He probably he got under because his doctor bills had to be way more than $600. Ooh,
I
that's
could
cool.
be wrong. I'm gonna just double check and make sure. Just
Well, he's a household name. I guess that's
you know
good.
that
Oh my god.
I could be wrong because I refuse to say anything. How much money he made from fighting Jake Paul? Let's see, because the internet has everything.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Uh, Just
That's crazy.
it's starting to read like a recipe. You know how when you read a recipe and they give you a whole fucking backstory
Yeah.
to get to the recipe? No.
Sometimes I really can't stand videos too because everyone likes videos. I like to read, and the videos always have so much bullshit in it because they're trying to like, like how I do. I'm plugging my podcast, Catch Love and Lust on Spotify.
Oh, talk about it. Talk your shit.
And I want to miss all that. I want to get straight to the point because I'm such a competitive person and I've been raised around a lot of testosterone. I don't like to ask for help. So if I'm going to the internet, it's like the last resort. It's like asking one for directions, right?
Yeah.
So I just want it straight to the point because I'm already aggravated at this point because I did something wrong. Oh, it's so funny.
Well, this will make much more.
And
Okay,
then just go ahead. I'm sorry.
Tyson and Jones made $1 million off the top. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think Nate Robinson cleared 750.
Okay, cool. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
I think that's what I saw, but
how much?
Yeah, I think 750. I think since he lost, I think he cleared $750.
$750.
750,000.
50,000. Okay. See, that's good.
Pretty sure.
It ain't bad.
You could, I would ask for, a little bit more, but that ain't bad. I mean, humiliated in front of the whole entire world for $750,000.
Hey, Jake Paul could whoop my ass for 750,000. I won't give a shit.
I actually have respect for him now. I didn't have respect for him prior because they be doing some shit out here. Now I'm just like, y'all no good.
Okay,
Well,
so
checking the rest of my notes. Pretty much cleared everything in my notes. Y'all got anything else before we head on out of here?
Oh, I have one thing. I have one thing I want to say because I want you guys' opinion. I'll try to keep this really short. So the internet talks a lot about females or talks about females, right? And it's not necessarily in a great light. And they talk about guys too, not necessarily in a great light. I don't do men bashing. I have 6 brothers, a dad, a granddad. There's no men bashing ever on my show. I don't do it. I'm just trying to, point something out. They always want to talk about like growing with your partner or building with your partner and wanting women to like participate in the bills and do all this shit, right? Here's one thing I want to point out, which people seem to neglect because I don't know, history taught in America is not that great. We have not been in the workforce for that very long. And I'm coming to you as a woman that owns her own businesses. So I work. I've always worked. I've been working since I was 8 years old. We're accepted in the workforce about in the 40s or in the 50s during the war because we had to work because the men were at war. Then they try to kick us out of the workforce, and then we realized we were saying, fuck that. No, we're not. No, we're not. So also there's this thing called the wage gap. We as women make 80 to 81 cents to a man's dollar. So this is another reason why men are always the head of the household, besides the biblical reasons. Men are the head of the household, and also why men typically pay more bills than us because they have more money. But these men that want to talk about this shit, who want to worry about other people's lives and other people's relationships and shit like this, when they get to me, a person who, I do well for myself. I've always done well for myself because that's how I was going to be. Because I saw something when I was younger and I was like, that is never going to happen. I will never depend on a man to feed me. When I was very young, I saw something. I was like, fuck that. So they get to me and they can't handle it. And that's what I was talking about with soft guys, because I make them insecure. I start talking about money like, oh, well, why did you tell me this? I'm like, I'm telling you because I created a goal. I had a goal to make $8,000 in a month. Made it. And I'm telling you that because I'm just telling you, when I set myself to do something, I'm going to do it. And then it's like the insecurities that come with it, or the fact that I don't have time to frolic or to hang out and chill. I only have time after 10 o'clock, which, might seem suspicious, but I'm working. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what my thoughts are. You guys have thoughts on that? Because I'm so sick of I'm just sick of everyone just putting people down and not worrying about themselves, because that leads to like mental health issues. That leads to a lot of shit. And I just wish people would just worry and focus on themselves and stop with this whole because we as women too in the workforce, we also have to deal, besides the money thing, we have to deal with a lot of sexual harassment. We have to deal with not getting promoted because another dude came along and all this other shit. And then we also worry so much more about family issues than it seems stereotypically than men do, because we were taught from a young age that this is our issue. So we don't quit jobs. We don't ask for raises. We're very timid more than men in the workforce because we're worried about feeding our kids. We're worried about our parents. We're worried about all this shit. And a lot of men are like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to quit. Or fuck that. I'm going to ask for a raise and whatever happens, happens. That's my point of view.
It's supremely frustrating. And I'm going to tell you why. My girl makes more money than I do. And my job still to this day is to support her and make it to the point where she can make even more money than I do. Because I know regardless of what I'm doing and where I'm situated at, due to my education and what I got going on, I'm going to be fine. But that sense of pride and knowing that she is able to establish something of her own brings me happiness. Yeah. So I champion that. I feel like because it was a quote that said that everything that a woman touches makes it better. If it's a house, she turns it into a home. Everything that a woman encompasses is so much better. And us as men need to stop being so insecure. If she makes more money than us, cool. I don't give a damn. Are you happy doing it? Now, if she's making more money than me and she's unhappy, then we'll have a discussion about it. Because what is it about it that is making you unhappy about doing this? Don't worry about me because I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be A-OK. But if you're doing something where you're making more money than me and you're worried about my feelings in the process and you're still unhappy, then we'll have that discussion. But it's my job as a person, as your supporter, as your husband, as your fiance, as your boyfriend to ensure that you're okay. Us as men need to stop being tender dicks. We need to suck that shit up and promote and support any and everything that they have, that a woman has going on, and know that because women are very selfless. If they're doing good, first thing they'll be like, you're my man, we're doing good. And it needs to work both ways. We shouldn't let pride, ego, or anything of that nature get in the way. So no, when I hear stories about that, it is excruciatingly frustrating. And she'll be the first one to tell you, okay, baby, you want to start your own business? How do we make that happen? What does it look like? I do not care. How can I get there? Well, what about if you got it? I'll be fine. I'll be perfectly okay. How can we get you to where you need to be, to where you're happy? Because I'm going to be happy. I'm going to find a way to make myself happy. Don't worry about it. So that is my thoughts on it. But the fact that is how society is, extremely frustrating.
Yeah, it is. And I just learned to, you got to focus on yourself too. Because at the end of the day, here's my thing. I contributed so much to everybody's life that I want my next significant other to know that. I feel like I'm personally behind, even though it might not look like that, just because I've always helped everybody else out. Yeah. My money has never, for the first time this year, my money has been my money. Mm-hmm. That's it. So imagine if I was like this my whole entire life, I would be so much like, in theory, I would be so much more ahead or whatever. So it's all individual because I want my next man to be like, babe, you've helped out everybody for so many years. Your money, keep your money. You need to do what you need to do with your money because I know you have goals that you want to, get to. Right. And I'm going to, you contribute this way, but I'm going to take the head of the household because at the end of the day, I want an alpha male. And if you're going to be an alpha male, then guess what? You better be alpha male all the way around. You can't pick and choose. It's not a la carte.
And that's the thing, because I'm a firm believer in me. I'm very fluid. I can be alpha when I need to be. But what I mean by that is that regardless of the situation that I'm in, I'm going to be fine. Don't worry about bills. Do not worry about anything because I'm going to take control of it. I'm going to make sure that we together are good to go. But just like, what was it? My big fat Greek wedding. The man is the head, but the woman is the neck. It steers the head where it needs to go. Regardless of whatever situation, I'm very flexible. I'm good. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be straight. But gratuity and gratuity brings about happiness. When I know that I can do for you, I'm going to be happy. When I know that I can provide you a platform to where you can be the best version of you, I'm going to be unrivalably happy. To see a smile on your face puts a smile on mine. So that is how I feel about it. What about you, man?
You pretty much hit that on the head. That nail on the head, shit. I ain't got nothing to add, shit. I echo absolutely everything you said. I guess hell, just even just from a almost a surface level standpoint, do you know how attractive that is to come across a woman that doesn't need you for shit, that's even more attractive. When you have so many women that, you know, they're looking to just, you know, to just suck a man dry out of everything he has. That's extremely attractive to come across somebody that, oh, you got a nice car? Well, I got a nice car too. You got a good job? Well, I got one too. I don't need you for any of that shit. That's extremely attractive to me.
Well, it, in my instance, it makes a lot, and I'm talking about I've dated regular Joe to millionaires, and it makes people very insecure because I guess they want me to lean on them. They want me to alter my schedule whenever they tell me to fucking run to them, and I'm not doing it. No. So that's on the other end. That's my on the other end point of view. I know how to wrap that up.
You perfectly good. Well, like I said, this has been extremely enlightening. I hope everybody's picking up all the gems we dropped on this. But that episode 61. Welcome to Lefebvre Podcast. As always, it is your boy, the bad guy P Mac.
Hey, it's your boy, the Walking Holiday He-Man.
And it's on a I don't know why I don't want for you to introduce me. I don't know. I just go for it. It's Anna Lefebvre. You can find me on Instagram at It's Anna Lefebvre. I don't feel like spelling it because my dyslexia is kicking in, so I probably can't even spell my name right now.
She didn't even need me to introduce her ass. That's how much she don't need a nigga.
And you can catch my podcast, Love and Lust. It's about sex and relationship. It's definitely X-rated because we go there. We talk about every fucking thing. As you can tell about me telling women to put a finger up their ass to wash their ass. So,
on that note,
yeah, you can find on Spotify.
Ladies, get that finger up there. On that note, get that finger.
Clean your
ass. If you want somebody back there, then if you don't, then don't clean your ass. But if you want somebody hitting you from the back, please clean your ass. That's just. And don't have a forest back there. Don't have a mini forest. They can see that shit. They can see everything when they're back there. Lord have mercy.
Don't have no breadcrumbs. Don't have no cotton crumbs, tissue crumbs, none of that.
And anybody's bleached their asshole, I kind of want to hear this story. Did it burn?
Oh, Lord. Another time.
Anyone else dyed their pussy lips, let me know. Did it burn? Did it hurt?
I'm done with y'all. We gonna see y'all next.